Hey everybody, Cheryl here again today. And today I wanted to kind of mix a blast from my past with current trends of today. One of the things that's becoming more and more and more popular in our work behind the chair is texture. And some people want to create looks that we can't, but that's a whole nother video. What I wanted to talk to you more specifically about is putting curl in today's hair with all that is already in the hair, the possibilities of coloring and creating curl on the same day, anything that we're doing in the way of texture behind the chair. Now, let's be real. If all of us who are colorists could do nothing but color all day long, that would be fabulous. Like we dream of rainbows. Okay? That's great. And in many markets, that can be done. And that is absolutely wonderful. But some of you work in markets where to create your income, to make a good living, you need to have a variety of services. So that's who I'm speaking to, and understand that you've got to know what all the chemicals do to come out with the best services. Now, years ago when we put texture into the hair and we curled it, that would be what we would refer to in the past as 80s perms. At one point I had hair so big that I could probably touch door facings all the way through with just my hair. But that's not the looks we're going for. And this is key. What we had on our hair then doesn't even begin to compare with what's in the hair right now. So we have to approach it not from what we knew in the past, but from the reality of what goes on in the salon behind the chair today. So every single case is situational. By situational, I mean there's no blanket. There is absolutely no blanket. What will work for Betty Sue's hair is not going to work for Donna Joe's, or, well, you can tell I lived in the South for a long time. So having said those things, understand that you have to know the chemicals. Know what a permanent wave does. Know exactly what it does. Know that it breaks down the polypeptide bonds in the hair. The neutralizer reforms it, and all of that action takes place around a roller. That's great on virgin hair, and there's a lot of looks we can create with that. But in today's world, clients have likely had their hair colored, highlighted, covered back up with the highlights. A few more highlights popped in. They are under the impression that they can wait 3 months, give their hair a break, and all of a sudden it heals. I wish they understood that. Maybe they should bake an apple pie on Sunday, set it on the counter, and wait 3 months and see if those apples revert back to whole, unpeeled apples. They don't get it. That's where it becomes our job. So what you want to do is you want to analyze the hair. And if you do not know the history of the hair, that's where your consultation is probably the biggest part of that service, bar none. Your consultation and the probability in a lot of cases that you're going to want to do a strand test, because they have access to chemicals with metallic dyes, things that we choose not to put in the hair, but it will definitely affect the outcome of the service. So if you don't know the history of the hair, my first suggestion is, no matter how great your consultation, you remember that that client does not have your knowledge, and she doesn't understand that that color that she put on her shoulder-length hair 3 months ago did not drift off into the universe. She doesn't know that. So it's up to us to either figure it out or take 30 minutes and do a strand test. Because reality is if you have time to redo or to take care of her hair, because if you're like me, I stand behind my work. If you have time to take care of it after there's been a problem, then you had time to do a strand test first. As far as putting a color on the hair and a perm in the same day, yes, in certain situations it can be done, and I have done it. And I have done it with no problem and no regret. However, first of all, I knew the history of the hair. Second, highlights were not involved. And you have to judge it again situational. Do they have this much regrowth? Is this a virgin color? So the old thinking was, way back when, they permed their hair every 3 months. The whole entire industry was different. So don't play off of that thinking. We live in a different world now. So what happens is, if she's got this much virgin hair and I think I need to perm it first, well, virgin hair requires one type of perm and color treated hair requires a different type. So you want to get the hair on a level playing field. So my suggestion is, if you're going to do a monochromatic color, do the retouch first. Do it knowing that if you're going to put that texture service in on the exact same day, that it's going to lighten that color some. So adjust your formula accordingly. Ideally, and here is the ideal world. The ideal world is you perm it, you wait a week, you color it. Or you color it, you wait a week, and you perm it. But keep in mind, level your palette out. Don't go on old thinking in a new world. Okay? The other thing is, I've seen some discussions about putting perm in and color on the hair all at the same time. I'm not going to speak for other stylists. I'm not going to speak for other companies other than Matrix, the one that I work for. But what I will tell you is, in my personal opinion, as a professional behind the chair, that's the very first thing you should do, is keep it professional, keep it legit, and protect your name and the name of the company that makes the products. Why? I know we live in a microwave world. I understand time constraints. I understand the client has a budget. But I have a name to protect, and you do too. That's what you got that license for. So when it comes to things like that, I'm not going to speak to it. I'm just going to say, you use your better judgment. You have a license. Your name is on it. Learn the chemicals, do strand tests, thorough consultations, and make sure that you set yourself up for success with every single client that gets out of your chair. I hope this helps. I'm going to make some more videos in the next few weeks about texture services to help you understand some of the things that go on. But I want to set you up for success and give you some things to think about before you ever get to that point. I hope this helps. Look me up on Instagram at Color1up. That's the number 1. And on YouTube at Cheryl Segraves. Segraves. V as in victory, E-S. And I hope everybody has a great day.